Breaking tonight, Nancy Pelosi refusing to condemn Ilhan Omar. She actually said she didn't think Omar's tweets were intentionally anti-Semitic. Really? I mean, do I have to remind Speaker Pelosi that this was hardly the first anti-Semitic incident from the freshman congresswoman? I mean, come on, at some point, after what has now clearly become a pattern of behavior, you got to admit what it actually is, right? Let's be honest. Because no one believes that Ilhan Omar is doing this unintentionally. Shame on the Democrats for not calling out this hate. They spent so much time going after Donald Trump, accusing him of hate speech, accusing him of racism, and yet they refuse to call out the likes of this congresswoman from Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, who has made basically her hatred of Israel abundantly clear to the world. The Democrats refuse to call out the hate speech of Louis Farrakhan, a man who has said such despicable things about Jews that he ought to be completely ostracized by the entire world. And yet, he is held up as a leader by the likes of the women that organized the so-called Women's March. Come on, the left complains about hate speech, right? They're telling high school students they can't wear the MAGA red hats. They're accusing students that dared to post Trump signs on college campuses of hate speech. For goodness sakes, colleges were out there banning Trump signs during the presidential election. The candidate that has been chosen as the Republican nominee, it's hate speech to say you support him? Why are the Democrats the ones determining what hate speech is when they cannot recognize the hateful, anti-Semitic rhetoric of their own party? The Dems have many problems right now, from socialism and their fascination with it to anti-Semitism. And if they continue on this path, they should be shunned, entirely shunned by all of America. Israel is, will, and should always be our ally. And we're lucky as a nation to have so many extraordinary Jewish Americans. So my advice to Nancy Pelosi tonight, be very careful of this moment. Show some leadership, please, and call Omar's rhetoric out for what it really is.